Hey everyone, I'll be covering all of the Nintendo Switch's game announcements for the second week of December, so let's get started. Our first game this week came to us from NetherRealm Studios, announcing that Mortal Kombat 11 is heading to the Switch April 23rd. With a brand new graphics engine showcasing every graphic injury, a roster of new fighters with some returning classics, Mortal Kombat 11 boasts a new cinematic story mode that will leave fans pleased. Activision is bringing Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled to the Switch June 21st. This fully remastered entry of the classic kart racing game brings back original modes, characters, and tracks with local and online races plus leaderboards. A Nitro Oxide edition will also be made available. Developed by Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, is heading exclusively to the Switch next year, featuring a unique original story with a cast of over 30 Marvel heroes and easy drop-in and out local and online multiplayer co-op to mix and match heroes at will. During a press event in South Korea, SNK confirmed that Samurai Shodown Spirits is heading to the Switch in early 2019. This game is the revival of the classic fighting series with modern visuals and revamped mechanics. Phoenix Labs is releasing the free-to-play game Dauntless, where you hunt powerful behemoths with friends in local co-op or online, and you turn their drops into loot. Cross-platforming is expected sometime after launch. Hell Wardens is releasing January 17th. This tower defense action RPG has you restraining the hordes of hell and pushing back with unique equipable powers for each playable hero. A 4-player co-op is included locally and online. Atomicom is bringing JCB Pioneer Mars to the Switch December 24th. Survival is your first goal and escaping is your second. The Switch version features huge performance improvements, a better UI, new tools, and revamped gameplay from the Steam version. Koei Tecmo is bringing Samurai Warriors 4 DX to the Switch March 14th. This will be the definitive edition of this Musou game with over 150 pieces of DLC included, like scenarios, weapons, costumes, and maps. Several listings for Rad Rogers have appeared in places like Amazon Canada and Gamefly, suggesting that THQ Nordic's action-adventure platformer is heading to the Switch relatively soon. Aero Complete Edition is a rhythm-based shooter with stylized environments and energetic music. The Switch version will include the base game plus all of the previously available DLC and is releasing December 24th. The virtual trading card game Malkiers, the interactive card game, is launching next year on Switch. Featuring full NFC and RFID technology, all 262 current cards will be able to be traded physically and digitally, plus cross-platforming will be available with PC and Mac. Donut County is a story-based physics puzzle game where you play as an ever-growing hole in the ground. This themed darling title is releasing on Switch December 18th. Releasing December 13th, Fight of Gods is a 2D fighting game with a roster of characters which are literally gods and legendary stages. This fighting game features several game modes to test your might. Thrusting players into a cel-shaded world, Sayonara Wild Hearts has a set series of songs exclusive to every stage, with bizarre imagery and wild color palettes to enhance the senses. Sundered Eldritch Edition is listed on the eShop for December 21st release. This Metroidvania with endless replayability is a fight for survival and sanity, with beautiful hand-drawn visuals, epic boss fights, and multiple endings. Announced in the latest issue of Famitsu, Winning Post 9 is Koei Tecmo's newest horse racing simulator on Switch. Next year's entry will feature rival showdowns between heated contenders. Devolver Digital is bringing Apop to the Switch February 7th. This stylized mashup brings about rhythm violence where you can ruthlessly take care of villains as you make your escape. Kinda Funny put on the showcase that announced 9 new Switch titles, starting with Quarantine Circular being shadow dropped in the eShop. You interrogate aliens during a global pandemic and find out what's going on. The competitive party game with up to 4 players, Turbolands, has you jousting on bikes with various arenas chock full of stage hazards. Releasing January 22nd, At Sundown is a hide-and-seek shooter with maps covered in darkness and light, so you can sneak up on unsuspecting victims. The 2D Metroidvania Knife Boy has a unique graphical design with 8 levels and open-worldish mechanics, and plenty of boss battles. The story mystery adventure game Jenny LeClue has complex characters and choices for users to make, in a handmade world full of secrets to discover. Bury Me My Love is a text messaging adventure game about a Syrian migrant making her way to Europe. It's an interesting and touching story with incredible social relevancy. Knock your spheroid opponents down and keep them there, and Breakout, a competitive game due out next year. Log Jammers is an energetic competitive arcade sports game where you chuck axes and catch blades. Sounds like fun for the entire family. The block crunching puzzle game centered around risk and reward, Collapses has over 300 puzzles and 25 modes. The fast-paced party game Brief Battles is releasing next year, with over 50 treacherous 2.5D stages. Gather up to 3 friends and battle via couch co-op. Releasing December 13th, Blue Rider is a 3D shoot-'em-up with 9 stages to complete. Power up your weapons, shoot down enemies, and face ever more challenging bosses. The roguelike platformer Xenon Valkyrie Plus is releasing January 1st, with pixel art visuals, a chiptune soundtrack, and RPG components featuring over a dozen bosses and several endings to unlock. At the Game Awards, we also saw the Duffer Brothers announce Stranger Things 3 the game, based on the 3rd season of the series. This game will be co-op supported. Fictive Studio teased Forever Forest earlier this year, and now we have confirmation that this procedurally generated world explorator is releasing on the eShop January 14th. Super Treasure Arena is a unique mix of retro-inspired arcade action games with objective-based arenas with up to 4 players, including 6 maps and 2 action-packed game modes. It's released on December 24th. Bring Them Home features a complete puzzle-filled world with over 50 interesting locations to discover. An online mode to challenge others is also available. For Brass, the developer behind Slime Sound, also announced that Skellboy is heading to the Switch in 2019. Travel through a voxel-esque world and swap out body parts to acquire new abilities in this action RPG experience, featuring an expansive single-player story. The puzzle action platformer Kombat, Tale of the Moon has you playing as Itzel, a Mayan villager who stumbles in a larger-than-life story. Featuring one-button gameplay, lovable characters, and over 300 levels and huge boss battles, Coloro will put you in the shoes of Korra, who's trying to find her sister. The intense multiplayer battle arena game Wondershot features 3 game modes with up to 4 players and over 45 solo challenges to test your skills. Ancient Games announced 2 games for the Switch. First is Royal Anapoku Academy, which is a turn-based strategy RPG with over 100 unique students to control in a mysterious underground world to discover. The second is Susume Mamoru Knights Hime no Totsugeki Serenade, a tower defense game in the Mamoru Knights series, where you can control up to 8 characters and defend the battlefield. Both of these games are releasing in 2019. The side-scrolling shooter about saving cows and fighting mutants, Space Cows, is releasing on Switch next year. Featuring over 40 browser RPG games, Worldwide Adventure includes games from as far as back as 1998, with user-friendly interface optimized exclusively for Switch. Difficulty adjustments were also made for newcomers. It's releasing December 20th. Earlier in the year, Caresoft brought several of their sim games to the Switch. On December 13th, Venture Towns is also joining the ranks, where you control a mega conglomerate to build your own city from scratch. Super Gachapon World SD Gundam X is now available for purchase in the Japanese eShop. This game was offered originally for free if you purchased SD Gundam G Generations Genesis. And that's what the game announcements will be covering this week. The Game Award reveals really took me by surprise, especially Joker and Smash. Nintendo really seems to be stepping up their game for the DLC characters, and I can't wait to see who gets invited next. So with all that said, as per always, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the support. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up. See ya!